We've already set record highs for today, and these temperatures can be extremely costly when it comes to your car. But there are steps you can take today to save you a lot of money and time. Grayson Passmore tells us why those at AAA are already responding to an uptick in calls.
Before you head out on your work commutes, and especially before you head out on any summer trips, it's important to take a look under your hood. It's actually problems with this guy right here, your battery, that could end up costing you the most in time and money.
I think a lot of people think that the battery issues mainly arise in the winter. It's actually more batteries die in the summer, and that's due to heat.
With batteries, it's a chemical reaction, and as AAA Fleet Manager Jed Bowles explains, anytime you add heat into the equation, it's going to cause problems. These are things from corrosion to water evaporating, throwing off the electrolyte ratio, and eventually killing the battery. And most of these issues happen within just a few hours. Bowles says it may be 90 degrees or more outside, but under the hood, it's on average 220 degrees. So you need to take a look at your battery. If you see any blue or green buildups, it's time to take it in. Then there's also the problem of your tires in these temps, problems that could potentially even lead to car wrecks.
When the light comes on for the tire pressure, in the wintertime, that just might mean you need to add a little bit of air because of how cold it is. But if it's coming on during the summer period, you may need to get a new tire.
Now, many auto repair shops are already booked solid through this week and into some of next week. Hear about some of the biggest issues they see with cars that are brought in coming up at 5:30. In Lexington, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
The National Weather Service also has a reminder for people during the heat this week. The inside of your car heats up very quickly, even in the shade, so it's vitally important not to leave your children, pets, or the elderly in a hot car. Second on Main in Corbin is going solar. The business recently installed solar panels to generate the building's electricity. Owner Jeff Marietta says going solar just made sense.
When I did the calculations, it made sense that the amount of energy I would be saving would more than cover the cost of a monthly loan payment.
Marietta says he hopes to start a trend in eastern Kentucky. It's no secret that our region provides some of the most beautiful scenery, but starting tomorrow, there will be a new business in London for outdoor enthusiasts to get the supplies they need to explore the natural beauty the area has to offer. L3 Adventures, a new outdoor and safety supply business, will be having a soft opening tomorrow at 10:30, followed by a grand opening and ribbon cutting later this week. L3 Adventures owner Stephen Jones says the store aims to offer higher quality items than any large retailer can provide.
And there's not really a business around here that caters to that other than Walmart. You have to drive all the way to Lexington or Knoxville to go to Cabela's or something like that. I just thought it'd be a good business and something fun to do.
Jones adds that in the future he hopes to expand the business to host basic wilderness survival classes to equip outdoor enthusiasts with the tools they need to deal with any issues that come up during their next adventure.
Well, it is official now, the hottest June 13th in 22 years. We have broken record highs at both of our climate sites in Jackson and in London, and it's even hotter in some other spots. Right now, Jackson's at 93, London's at 94. Those temperatures both beat the original record. 91 at Jackson, 92 at London, set back in 2000. Monticello sits at 95 right now. It's 93 in Jacksboro, and even in our cooler spots, it's not that cool. 82 Wise, 84 Logan, and 86 in Pikeville. Dew points right now, it's rare to see them above 75, but we have just that. A heat index of 76, or excuse me, a dew point of 76, 79 for a dew point. Wayne, Logan, and Prestonsburg, and Ashland, a dew point of 81. There's near record high dew points as well. That factors in to make the feels like temperature feel even hotter. 100 it feels like here in Hazard, 101 Manchester and Harlan, 102 London, 105 Monticello, Jackson, Prestonsburg, and it feels like 111 in Ashland. It's dangerous heat out there and nothing to cool us off, though we are watching some thunderstorms getting going off to our north and west. Those may sneak down and impact some of our northern counties later on tonight. It's something we'll watch, but for the most part, it's just going to be muggy and humid overnight. Lows only in the mid-70s. I'll detail how much warmer temperatures could get later this week coming up in just a few. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. 31 men arrested over the weekend on suspicion of plotting to wreak havoc at a pride event in the Idaho city of Coeur d'Alene are expected to appear in court this evening for their arraignment. Police believe they are members of the white nationalist group Patriot Front. Senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge has the latest.
Coeur d'Alene's police chief said it was clear that alleged white supremacists intended to start a riot before they were taken into custody near a pride celebration Saturday.
That level of preparation is not something you see every day. It was very clear to us immediately that this was a riotous group.
Authorities recovered gear including shields, shin guards, and a smoke grenade.
These guys stopped a U-Haul full of dudes.
A witness tipped off police after watching the group load into the back of a U-Haul truck at a hotel and said they looked like a little army.
One concerned citizen can prevent something horrible from happening.
Groups that monitor extremist ideology say Patriot Front promotes fascism and the creation of a white ethno-state. It was founded in 2017 after breaking off from a neo-Nazi organization that participated in the Charlottesville, Virginia Unite the Right rally. The man convicted on federal hate crime charges for driving his car into a crowd of protesters and killing one of them was affiliated with that original group.
They are twisting and manipulating and misusing the idea of patriotism, but promoting a white supremacist version of patriotism.
Cynthia Miller-Idris tracks domestic extremism at American University and told us Patriot Front's members are overwhelmingly young white men. The group arrested Saturday ranged in age from 21 to 36 and were from a dozen different states. None was local to Coeur d'Alene.
We're seeing this broadening out of the targets that people across this supremacist spectrum are choosing to intimidate or harass or harm. It is part of a broader range of anti-democratic and extremist types of events that are happening.
In this case, the apparent target was that pride event, which organizers say was the largest North Idaho has ever seen. Catherine Herridge, CBS News, Washington.
The defendants face misdemeanor charges of conspiracy to riot and possibly additional offenses. Family, friends, loved ones, and members of the Orlando community spent Sunday honoring the victims of the Pulse nightclub massacre. 49 bells rang out at a special service to remember the 49 victims killed in the 2016 attack. The service included songs by the Orlando Gay Chorus. A moment of silence was held Friday at Orlando City Hall to remember those lost during the act of hate. Speaking about the mass shooting, Mayor Buddy Dyer said, quote, "I continue to be proud of our community. We did not respond with hate or fear. We responded with love and compassion and with unity." The Supreme Court's upcoming decision on abortion may have far-reaching consequences, especially in rural parts of America where abortion access is already limited. In Wyoming, abortion is currently legal up to viability, usually 24 weeks of pregnancy, but no providers there offer surgical abortions. Julie Burkhart is trying to change that. Her group, Wellspring Health Access, is behind the effort to open a women's health clinic in Casper, making it the only abortion provider for hundreds of miles. But in late May, a fire ripped through the building, setting back the opening date as much as 6 months. The fire is being investigated as arson.
Do I want to be here talking about someone who committed an act of domestic terrorism at our building? Absolutely not. I wanted to be moving furniture in.
Wyoming's Republican legislature and governor enacted a law in March that will ban nearly all abortions if Roe is overturned. The law makes exceptions for cases of sexual assault, incest, and for the physical health of the mother. Congress is getting ready to take action on guns that might have enough support to pass the most sweeping gun control laws in 30 years. A bipartisan group of senators say they have reached a framework agreement which would include financial support for states to create or administer red flag laws, expanded investments in mental health and school safety, and enhanced background checks for gun buyers under 21. Lawmakers will now begin drafting new legislation, with many hoping it can get done before the July recess.
We are in the process of becoming unstuck on an issue that has weighed Congress down for 30 straight years.
President Biden said he would sign it if it comes to his desk, but the National Rifle Association warned it would, quote, continue to oppose any effort to insert gun control policies that deprive law-abiding citizens of their fundamental right to protect themselves. Coming up on First at 4, some products at the store are getting smaller, and you might never notice. We'll tell you why coming up.
Plus, hot weather and even some scattered storms moving into the forecast. I'll detail how high the mercury is going and if we could see some drops in that old rain bucket coming up in just a few minutes.